What's up, guys? Got a battle here today against Richard. I am using one of my older teams. This is an older video. Just decided to upload it now. But I have my Sableye lead. I think it's either Sableye or Empoleon. And Doug Trio for Arena Trap, Ambipom, Mega Charizard Y, and Swampert. And he does have a pretty frightening team. He has the Excadrill, the Ferrothorn, the Charizard. Wasn't sure if that was an X or a Y, but that was probably his Mega because Mega Gengar is banned in OU, and this does look like an OU team. He has the Galvantula, and I'm expecting him to either lead with that to set up Sticky Web or Ferrothorn to set up the Stealth Rocks or Spikes, and he has Rotom Wash, which takes hits for days. So yeah, let's start this video. So he leads with his Rotom, which is kind of weird. So I'm expecting him to Will-O-Wisp to burn me, so I do go for a taunt. And he goes for a Hydro Pump, and he manages to hit. And that does decent damage. My Sableye is pretty defensive on both sides, so he does take that. And he dodges my Will-O-Wisp and goes in for the Volt Switch. So he got lucky there. And yeah, Sableye still taking hits. And goes into Galvantula. So now I am predicting the Sticky Web to come up, so I do taunt again. But here he goes for a Thunder, and luckily he misses. So yeah, Sableye's still sitting here. I do go for the Recover just so I can take the next hit that comes, whether it be a Bug Buzz or a Thunder again. And he does go for another Thunder and misses again. So I am getting pretty lucky here, especially after that Will-O-Wisp miss. And he just gives up and withdraws there. Goes into Charizard. And I switched out at the same time, predicting another Thunder to come from that. And I go into Swampert. And I messed up here, just really wasn't thinking. I thought I could take whatever Charizard had to give me, but it was Y. It does bring up the sun. It does go for the Solar Beam, and that is a dead Swampert. Yeah, once again, I don't know what exactly I was thinking, but yeah, completely destroyed my Swampert. So I'm going to bring out my Ambipom at this point, go for the Fake Out, possibly double hit, because that usually does take out Charizards. But he withdraws and goes into Gengar to take the Fake Out. So I'm going to go for a Pursuit here, as I'm predicting the Focus Blast, but I'm really hoping that he misses. And he does live with one, and he does miss the Focus Blast. So I got lucky off of that. And instead of going for another Pursuit, I just go for a U-turn. And that does take out the Gengar, which I was happy about. I was kind of scared of that thing, but Gengar hasn't been a problem too much. And I go into my own Charizard, as he brings out his Excadrill. So wasn't scared of this thing, just a quick Flamethrower would take it out, but the Excadrill outspeeds me, and he gets the Rock Slide off. So yeah, this is probably a choiced Excadrill, and yeah, so my Charizard is out, my Swampert's out, and it's not looking too good here. And yeah, he outspeeds my Doug Trio, revealing that he is Scarfed. But that Rock Slide does not do too much to my Doug Trio, and my Earthquake will take it out. I do carry Expert Belt on Doug Trio, and I do have a pretty weird moveset. But I switch out here, and I go into my Empoleon to take whatever he has to give. and he goes for the Hydro Pump and misses. So he is not getting very lucky with these hits. And I'm free to set up stealth rocks. Not sure if it's going to affect the rest of the battle, but it will get a little bit more damage. And he burns me, which I'm okay with, because, yeah, I'm just going to go for special attacks. So I go for the Scold, trying to get the burn on him, but unfortunately I don't. And it goes for the Volt Switch, which is a pretty obvious move, but I knew I could take it, just because Empoleon's awesome. And he's going to switch out here and do his Ferrothorn. So I was expecting him to set up his own Stealth Rocks or Spikes, or even go for like a Gyro Ball, which I wasn't too scared of. But he carries the Power Whip, and he gets that off, and that is going to hurt whenever it does. At this point I didn't realize he was going for the Power Whip, so I switch into my Sableye. And oh no, he does go for the Stealth Rocks. So yeah, that Power Whip's going to come later. That's why I switched into Sableye so that I could taunt it, but it was already too late at this point, so I go for the Foul Play, just to get some damage off on it, and it does a decent amount, but I am hurt by the Iron Barbs, and there it reveals the Power Whip, which hurts a lot, but wasn't that bad. I was able to take it. So I was hoping that he was going to miss this next one, and I go for the Will-O-Wisp to burn it just in case it does hit. That way it won't do as much damage. But he gets lucky and hits it again, and my Sableye is still holding on. So yeah, I believe Power Whip has an accuracy of 85. So yeah, I guess this is making up for all the misses he had earlier in the match. And Burn slowly wearing it down. Switches out here and goes into his Galvantula. I get the Stealth Rocks off on it, and I go for the Recover because I was pretty low. And a little bit of Lefty's Recovery for some more health. And I'm going to go for the Taunt here, just because I still don't want that Sticky Web up. So he goes for the Thunder and gets the hit now. And that did a lot, which I was surprised. I think I am maxed out in Special Defense. So I go for a Recover again, hoping that he misses this Thunder, and then I can go for a Foul Play next turn. But he goes for Energy Ball instead, which didn't really see that coming, but it didn't do a whole lot of damage to me. So I did stay in again, instead of switching out, and he goes for the Bug Buzz, and still just barely hanging on. And I do hit him with the Foul Play, but that isn't enough to take him out. So yeah, he's still alive over there. I do go for the Will-O-Wisp here, just so I can get a little bit more damage off, because Sableye's pretty worthless at this point, and that Energy Ball is going to kill me. So if I did go for the Recover, I probably would have made it another turn or two. Looking back on that, I probably should have done that. So I switch in my Dugtrio here to go for the Earthquake just to knock that thing out. Get the revenge kill. And Galvantula is dead. So he brings out Rodon here, and I switch out just because I don't want to take the Hydro Pump, and I go into Empoleon. And there's the Hydro Pump as predicted, and that isn't going to do too much to me. Just going to take that. So I do stay in here, just because I wasn't sure what he was going to do. It was probably the Volt Switch, but I didn't want to switch out into my Dugtrio just in case it was another Hydro Pump. So he sends out his Ferrothorn here, as I go into my Dugtrio, hoping that I can just do a lot of damage with an Earthquake, because I did lose my Charizard and I did lose my Swampert, which both would have been nice at this moment. So yeah, that Excadrill earlier really threw me off. That was really good on him, because most Excadrills do not run the Scarf, at least that I've seen. So the Earthquake isn't going to do a whole lot, and he gets the Power Whip off again, which just destroys my Dugtrio. So he's still taking burn damage, which is making up for the leftovers. So I sent out Ambipom here. And I did go for the Pursuit, just in case he switched out. And that was a critical hit. And that probably did matter, because it didn't look like it was going to do a whole lot to him. So yeah, Ambipom just kind of chilling in here as he goes into Charizard. And those Stealth Rock's going to do a whole lot to that thing. So I go for the double hit here, because usually that will take out Charizards. And it does, easily. Stab, Life Orb, and Technician. So it's doing monstrous amounts of damage. And he brings out his Rodon here. So I'm just hoping I can kill it with a double hit. But it is defensive and it does take those really well. I get him down really close, but he goes for the Volt Switch with the higher accuracy, and that does kill my Ambipom. So yeah, good game, Richard, and thanks for the battle. It was pretty close. And yeah, leave a like, comment, subscribe, whatever. Thanks for watching. Yeah, see ya.